I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news that's currently going on in the press. So potentially, I've potentially been reading a few media outlets of what's been currently going on. As I said, potentially this is my fourth video today. I've currently done in the process. As I said, so the media is coming out reporting now. This is regarding Paul Pogba for Manchester United. Reportedly now he's preparing to discuss about getting a new contract with Manchester United. So currently, Paul Pogba's obviously still got 2 years left on his current deal, which takes it until 2021. He's currently on just under £300,000 a week. I think he's on around £290,000 a week. But reportedly, he's made a shocking U-turn, as the Sun does explain. And reportedly, he's demanding that he does want to sign a new contract with Man United. He's preparing to negotiate with Manchester United about a new contract. Is Paul Pogba, because there was strong speculation about him leaving. Obviously, Paul Pogba, when Jose Mourinho was in charge, because obviously Pogba didn't get along with Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho at the time when he was heavily known for criticising players, as he did do. Jose Mourinho, as we all know, Jose Mourinho had bad disputes with the board, and obviously, the majority of the players, all the players, didn't potentially, want to play for him. And obviously, we know Paul Pogba had a bad relationship with Jose Mourinho. This is why he was heavily linked to a move away. And Paul Pogba actually confirmed when Jose Mourinho was in charge, he did actually want to make the return to Juventus, reportedly. But now, since then, everything's changed. Solskjaer's got the team playing in the right vein and the right manner, as we all currently know. And Paul Pogba feels very, very happy now, playing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So this is why potentially come out in the media and spoke about that he wants to get a new contract with Manchester United. I think he's demanding that, as it does explain in the media as well, that he's demanding that he wants a wage increase. Obviously, Sanchez is on just over £500,000 a week, as we all know. But I think Pogba is looking to get a wage increase in this new contract, and I think he wants a similar amount of wages, to what Sanchez is currently receiving. Paul Pogba, as I said, but since Solskjaer's, he wasn't really good, Paul Pogba, under Jose Mourinho, to be quite honest with you. But since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, Pogba's been getting the freedom to express himself, and he's been scoring goals, and he's been providing very, very well, and his link-up play has been absolutely fantastic as Paul Pogba, and he's got a lot of great, good, wide range of skills, as we all know. I think potentially he's either fourth or fifth most expensive player in the world. Obviously, he's our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him from Juventus, as we all currently know. But it would be good, it would be very, very positive, if we did, get Pogba, down to a new contract. But he's still got 2 years left on his current deal, Paul Pogba, as I explained. So he is still under contract here until for 2021, but there was strong, suggestions of him going back to Juventus, obviously when Jose Mourinho was in charge, and especially when, especially at the last stages of Jose Mourinho's tenure, Paul Pogba, linked with a move away from Manchester United. He were obviously favoured to go back to Juventus. I think Barcelona, of course, were monitoring the interest at the time, but now Pogba's playing really, really well, and he's expressed himself, and we know what he's capable of doing, because when he's in this kind of form, he can be a player that's on at least 12 to 15 goals a season, when he's playing like this, Paul Pogba, to be quite honest with you. But he's playing very, very well now, Paul Pogba under Solskjaer, and all the teams, working hard and putting effort in, showing heart and showing desire, and showing passion, as we all currently know. I think Paul Pogba's mainly number 10, because I think, he expresses himself best in that position when he's just behind the centre forward, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, he's demanding that he wants to negotiate with Manchester United to get a new contract, because we know potentially Paul Pogba had 4 fantastic years with Juventus, as we all currently had 4 fantastic years with Juventus. Obviously, he actually began his career with Manchester United, did Paul Pogba, but at the time when he was a lot younger in his prime, obviously Alex Ferguson let him go at that time, because obviously he wasn't guaranteed first team football, so he went to Juventus for 4 years. I think he began his youth career, didn't he? With Lee Harvey as well, Paul Pogba potentially won the World Cup last summer with France, and his performances in the World Cup were very, very impressive indeed last summer as well. So potentially, overall, he is a very, very good player. Is Paul Pogba. So reportedly, he's demanding he wants a new contract. He's obviously going to demand that he wants a wage increase as well. Maybe he may demand that he wants a similar amount of wages, to what Alexis Sanchez is receiving. That's what it currently explains in the media. But he feels happy United. He's been tweeting out another good result, and he's feeling very, very happy now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Solskjaer's changed everything in the team. There's been vast improvements, scoring more goals, creating more chances, getting the best out of the players, and he basically made it clear Solskjaer wanted the players to go out there and express themselves, get them enjoying football. The passing's improved, we're looking sharper, we're playing a lot faster with a high tempo, we're getting fullbacks high up the pitch as well, and we so far we're back to the team the way we were under Alex Ferguson. So I think potentially this team can become a replica of what the team did and achieved under Alex Ferguson for 27 great years, as we all know. But we've been playing catch up for 5 seasons, as we all know. Obviously since Ferguson's retired, we've had 3 managers, as we all know. We had a short tenure with David Moyes, as we all know. Didn't last with David Moyes. He never really had a good pedigree. Van Gaal, he had a good pedigree with Bayern Munich, what he achieved there, but it didn't work out for him at Manchester United, and he got players in and players went, as we all know. There's still some players here now from the Louis van Gaal era, and obviously with Jose Mourinho it didn't work out, as we all know. I only credited him in his first season, to be quite honest with you, Jose Mourinho, because he won the League Cup and the Europa League in his first season with Man United, and he got us obviously second last season. Did Jose Mourinho as well? Was it last season? I think it was, yeah. But potentially he just wasn't good enough for the job, Jose Mourinho, because he went on with the board. The board weren't backing some of his signings, in last summer's window, and then potentially that was more than likely then he was going to be getting sacked from Manchester United, because he didn't get the targets, that he wanted to get in, having bad disputes with the players and the board, as I mentioned. So he had to go. But now we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in. We're looking very, very good. 7 wins out of 7, 19 goals scored, as we all know. So we're playing really, really well at this moment. But as we all do know, there's still improvements needed in the squad, as we all know. I still think, we need a strong central defender. We need probably someone on the right as well, because as I did say, the majority of our attack is coming from the left-hand side, as we all know. But I think, we look very, very effective in the midfield with Pogba, Matic and Herrera, because I think Herrera's, becoming more of a regular in the team, which is very, very good to see, because early on in the season, he wasn't really starting from the start, so he was getting irregular starts from the start under Herrera, but he's playing a big part now in the team, and he's getting more regular starts as under Herrera, and, I'm very, very, very impressed with Matic, Nemanja Matic, because, we know he's slow. We know I have strong reservations about Matic, but I think his distribution's improved. I think he's looking more effective in his passing, is Nemanja Matic. Obviously, at the time we got Matic, there were much, much better options out there we could have got. At the time, there was Fabinho, there was, Nainggolan and all that, players who have got pace and who can, dart forward and who are a lot faster on the ball and who've got pace. But we didn't, so we had to settle for Matic. But to be fair to Matic, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Since Solskjaer's come in, he has, improved, to be quite fair. And Pogba's, really, really improved, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. Pogba's really, really improved. He's scoring and he's providing. And this is something he didn't do under Jose Mourinho, Paul Pogba. So I'm very, very impressed with him indeed, Paul Pogba. But yeah, reportedly he wants a new contract with Manchester United. Reportedly, so he's preparing to negotiate with Manchester United about a new contract. Is Paul Pogba, because he feels happy now, because positivity is back to the club, as we all know. Solskjaer knows what he's doing, because he's got that the winning mentality. He's put the right mentality into the team, as we all know, and he knows the culture of the club. He knows the strappings of the club, because he was a great, great player. Don't forget, for 11 years, with Solskjaer, he's watched some of these players, grow and develop. As we all know, obviously when Solskjaer, managed the reserve team, as we all know, he has been coming out saying it's unlikely we'll make any signs in this January window. He said he doesn't expect us to make any signs in this January window, but we have spent, over £400 million on these 11 players that Mourinho got in. Obviously, Solskjaer's not spent any money into the team yet. Will we get any signings this January window? Maybe so, maybe not. But I think must have spent about £800 million, since Alex Ferguson retired. As we all know, we've seen players come in, and we've seen players leave as well. But we reportedly did actually say the other week that Solskjaer was actually the favoured, now favourite, to get the job on a full-time basis. And I think he should. I really do think he should. And, we've heard about potentially, about Pochettino, as we all know. But Solskjaer is obviously, I think, now the number one. I think it's still Ed Woodward's number one now. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, and he has been negotiating about getting the job on a full-time basis, Solskjaer. And he said it would be hard for him to leave Manchester United, because he'd love to get the job on a full-time basis. And obviously now our objective this season is to get into the top 4. I think we can definitely get into that top 4 without a shadow of a doubt, because we want to be in Champions League football for next season. As I said, we've got a great chance of winning the FA Cup this season. Don't rule us out for that. We know Arsenal's going to be a very, very difficult game on Friday night. as we all know. As I did say, top four is definitely on this season, and hopefully, next season he can elevate us to that higher level, command us in that position we want to be, and get us back up there competing with the likes of City and Liverpool, and competing, for major honours, which is the most important thing. Obviously, we still know we are recruiting, to get a director of football into the club as well. Paul Mitchell has been mentioned reportedly as a potential target to come and fulfil that director, to become the director of football at Manchester United. Paul Mitchell, I think, is at RP Leipzig, is he at the moment, if I am right? But there were rumours stemming about him a couple of weeks ago, as I did update you as well. But we need someone to come and fulfil a director of football. Someone's obviously got experience of doing it and that. But we need a director of football to come in. But there has been, talks about it as well. But yeah, so it'd be really, really good, if Pogba can, get a new contract to Manchester United. But he's still got currently 2 years left on his current deal, as we all know. And he's flourishing very, very well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is Paul Pogba. Potentially, as he updated you on the news earlier on, as it did confirm that Scott McTominay has signed a new contract with Manchester United until 2023, with the option to extend it by a further year as well. For me, Scott McTominay isn't really that good for Manchester United. But so I know a lot of fans, will be disappointed about this, him signing a new contract at Manchester United, Scott McTominay. But there's a lot of areas of his game he does need to adapt. There's still room for improvement. But if Scott McTominay does get the chance, I think potentially he could potentially, get better under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So potentially Scott McTominay could potentially improve under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I may not, to be quite fair. But I know a lot of people are disappointed, about McTominay signing this new contract till 2023. I think his salary's currently gone up as well. I think he's going to be receiving about £30,000 a week. McTominay, he's obviously been in the senior squad since 2017. He's progressing up the Manchester United youth system, I think, since 2002 as well. I think he's been in United play since, age 5 or 6 or something like that. McTominay, I know a lot of people don't highly rate him, as we all currently know. But yeah, that was the news to update you with earlier, as I said. But he's still only young. He is 22. He's Scott McTominay, as we all currently know. But there's still things that need sorting out in the team, as we all know, because I still think, players will be leaving. Obviously, we've got players, coming to the end of the contracts as well, that do need sorting out. But as I did say to you, obviously, I think, Rashford's playing very, very well for us, as we all know. And obviously, what Rashford can offer up front, Lukaku can't do this. So this is why potentially Rashford's our number 9. Obviously, he's first choice over Lukaku, because Lukaku's a big game bottle. His first touch does concern a lot of people, Romelu Lukaku. And he hasn't got any pace. And, players like Rashford and Martial and Lingard, who have got pace and who can press high up the pitch, these are the physical attributes, that Romelu Lukaku does not have. He's still a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, don't get me wrong. And maybe the brilliance of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, can improve Romelu Lukaku. But as I did say, he's obviously not going to be first choice in that front line. And obviously, Rashford's going to be definitely, in contention, to play against Arsenal in the FA Cup, as we all know. Because actually, Rashford scored on his Premier League debut. Scored twice on his Premier League debut against Arsenal, was it, back in 2016 or something like that as well. And obviously he's been in fantastic form, this season, Marcus Rashford. And, he's been United player since the age of 7. He's progressing up the ranks very, very well, as we all currently know, Marcus Rashford. But he is a really, really good player. I think he looks more effective, when he's in the middle, to be quite honest with you, Marcus Rashford. But I think we look very, very effective in that front line, to be quite fair. I think they complement each other well, when you've got Martial on that left-hand side, that creates that width well. He's obviously first choice over Alexis Sanchez, because Sanchez, since he's come, he's failed to really make an impact, has failed to emulate, what he did at Arsenal, because I thought Sanchez, was actually a good player, for Arsenal, to be quite honest with you. I thought he did okay when he was young in his prime at Barcelona, as well, but he just really hasn't done it at Manchester United. Alexis Sanchez, obviously he's had quite a few injury problems, since he's been here as well, Sanchez, but obviously Martial, his first choice over Sanchez as well. Obviously, Lukaku's probably someone from the bench that's going to come on, and Lukaku probably won't start against Arsenal. Sanchez probably won't start against Arsenal. They'll probably, if they are likely, they'll probably come on as substitutions, as I currently said. Lingard on the right looks good as well, because essentially he's first choice now over Juan Mata. He has been first choice over Juan Mata lately, in that, on that right hand side. Lingard, I know a lot of people say, Jesse Lingard is a squad player, as a lot of people have said, as we all currently know. But as I did say to you, we've still got a lot of players coming to the end of the contracts, as we all know. Obviously now Scott McTominay's got a new contract till 2023. But as I did say, we are on the brink of giving Anthony Martial a new 5-year deal at the club, as reports were coming out of the media the other week about Anthony Martial. Well, actually, it was a couple of days ago, sorry, should I say. But very, very good young player, and he will grow and develop, very, very well, Anthony Martial, as we all know, because he is a really, really good player, is Anthony Martial, as we all know, because he causes problems for fullbacks on that left-hand side. You can actually play Martial century, but I think he's more effective on the left. And I think Rashford's more effective, when he's playing centrally. Rashford, I think you get better performances out of Rashford when he's playing centrally, and I think Martial, you get better performances when Martial's on the left. But obviously last year, he turned down a contract offer back in October. Reportedly, Martial's agent did confirm he was pessimistic about Martial signing a new long-term deal at the club. He also confirmed to the agent that Martial, he actually confirmed that Martial reportedly wanted to leave Manchester United during the course of last summer as well. But he has, been here since 2015, as we all know. This is his 4th season now, is it, with Manchester United? Something like that. But his performances this season have just been absolutely phenomenal, as we all know. But last year, we activated a 12-month extension on his current contract, to keep him at the club until the summer of 2020, at least, in case he wasn't going to sign a new deal. So then potentially we could cash in for the player, if we were preparing to sell him. But obviously now we're not going to be selling him anywhere, and we're on the brink of giving him a new 5-year deal, which will take him under contract till 2024, as we all currently know. And that got reported in Sky Sports the other day as well. But he's only 23 years of age. He's Anthony Martial, as we all currently know. So we're on the brink of giving him a new 5-year deal. Obviously, lads, I did update you with the Fellaini situation. Marion Fellaini is obviously out for 3 to 4 weeks, as we all know. And we've had him here since 2013, Marion Fellaini, and we paid £27 million for him from Everton. Obviously, David Moyes got him in, as we all could know, but he's a very, very average player, as we all know. He was actually Fellaini, under Jose Mourinho. I think Jose Mourinho actually, used him as a plan B, as we all know, Marion Fellaini. But as I did say, I just don't see how he's going to fit in this new regime at Manchester United. To be quite honest with you, I don't see how he fits this system, and he doesn't obviously complement our midfield, Marion Fellaini. So I think he's going to be going now anywhere. We know with the McTominay situation, there was talks about him getting sanctioned out on loan and going to Celtic on loan, but reportedly Solskjaer was reluctant to sell him off. I think majority it was due to, when this Marion Fellaini injury, with his calf injury, where Marion Fellaini's got. But reportedly there's been a few teams interested in Marion Fellaini, reportedly. So I can see him leaving Manchester United, to be quite honest with you, because now he's going to really, really find it hard to get game time at Man United. Is Marion Fellaini, as I said. And as I did update you as well, as I did update you as well, obviously with the Juan Mata situation as well. Obviously, I think from Juan Mata's perspective, he's unsure where he's going to be next season. To be quite honest with you, according to Juan Mata, he's unsure where he's going to be next season. Obviously, he misses Spain because that's where he actually began his career. Juan Mata, youth career at Real Madrid, and played under Emery, for Valencia for 4 years. When he was a lot younger in his prime, Juan Mata, and he had a good 3-year spell with Chelsea as well, and he's been here now. This is his 5th season at the club. Juan Mata, he's made over 200 odd appearances, and he's highly experienced in the league, and he's Premier League proven. I still think, he's a very, very consistent player. We've had him since 2014, as we all know, but he's won everything here, of course. He's won everything, in English football, including his time at Chelsea, apart from the Premier League, and that's the only thing Juan Mata has not won. He has not won the Premier League as a player, Juan Mata. As we all currently know. But reportedly, Man United are keen on giving him a 1-year contract extension. Reportedly, Man United are due to have negotiations about it. I think his agent's going to be, due to have negotiations about it as well. Reportedly, we're willing to give him another 1-year extension. Probably reduce his £170,000 a week wages. Whether he, accepts this or not, I do not know. To be quite honest with you, the Spaniard, as we all could. Another player that's set to come to an end of his contract in the summer as well, Juan Mata. But we're hopeful of getting him a new 1-year extension at the club. We're in the same situation, with Ander Herrera. As I did say, he's becoming a regular this season. We want to obviously tie him down to a new contract at the club as well. And obviously, same with Ashley Young. as well. We want to maybe somewhere online maybe get him a contract extension as well, because Ashley Young is now 33. You know, he is coming to an end of his career. Is Ashley Young, as we all know, maybe in a couple of years' time, because he's 33 now. But obviously, he's our first choice right back. Is Ashley Young, as we all currently know. Valencia's obviously fallen down the pecking order, because obviously Antonio Valencia's hardly played this season, as we all know. So obviously he was injured, wasn't he? You know, early on the season, so he's had injury problems as Antonio Valencia. As I said, but as I did say, Valencia, the speculation that he could be leaving the club, it probably will be in the summer. Reportedly, it did actually say West Ham were interested in Antonio Valencia, and he has been here since 2009 as Antonio Valencia, so he's been here 10 years. Ashley Young's obviously our first choice right back, and Ashley Young has been here since 2011, as we all know. So he's been here a good 7-8 years or something like that now, as Ashley Young. But honestly, I could see Valencia, leaving in the summer as well. And as I did currently say as well, regarding what's his name, Marcus Rojo, I also too think he will be going. That'll probably be in the summer as well, because they're trying to make room in our central defensive position, as we all know. Obviously, we want to make way for Koulibaly, as I said, because Koulibaly's been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford. As we all know. But Marcus Rojo, I think his versatility at the back's very, very good, and I think he's good there as a backup option, is Marcus Rojo, as we all currently know. But he's struggled to get a run of games at Manchester United. He's struggled to keep fit. He's had injury problems as Marcus Rojo. He's currently injured at the moment. I think Chris Smalling, obviously, is still injured as well. So I think Marcus Rojo could be going in the summer as well. I don't think it'll be in this January window. It probably will be in the summer that he will be going. And as I've been keeping you up to date, with Matteo Darmian, as well as I did mention to you guys on one of my videos yesterday about Matteo Darmian. Reportedly, he could be on the brink of joining Juventus on loan, as it did confirm. He could be joining Juventus on loan, as it did confirm, because potentially Juventus have inquired about it. Juventus have been in negotiations. Reportedly, Juventus and my club, Man United, have come to an agreement on it, that it's likely he's going to be joining Juventus on loan. I think from Manchester United, they've extended a 1 year extension on his current contract, Matteo Darmian's, as it has been confirmed, so we can cash in for the player in the summer rather than let him obviously go for nothing, and not obviously on a free transfer. But obviously, I think Matteo Darmian, obviously, he's been struggling, to get game time under his belt at Manchester United. He's had irregular starts as Matteo Darmian, as we all currently know. And he's had he's endured a difficult, tenure, since he's been at United. Darmian, he's been here since 2015, of course, so this is his 4th season in the process, as we all know. But I think Juventus are reportedly going to, this is stemming from the Italian press, that reportedly Juventus are going to will to pay around the 3 million for the loan fee, and then maybe make the deal permanent in the summer by paying about £7-8 million for Darmian in the summer. But obviously, when he was young in his prime, Darmian had a lot of experience of playing in Italy, as we all know. He used to play for Torino, as I said. I think he began his career with Milan as well. Did Darmian? I think we paid over £12 million for him from Torino, Darmian as well. So it's likely, he will be going to Juventus on loan. The last I heard about it, so I'll probably have to check up more about it, see if Moore's updated about that scenario, as we all know. But as I have been updating you today, on my last video I updated you about it, that Manchester United, we know we've got a few potential targets, but reportedly, as I did say earlier, we were linked with a player earlier on that I did hear that were mentioned in the press. He's a Benfica player. He's 19 years of age, so he's very, very young in his prime. As we all know, he's called Felix or something like that. I can't pronounce his first name, but he's called Felix. He's a Benfica player. He's versatile as his player. So reportedly this player can play as a secondary striker, as it did say in the press. He can play as a winger as well, and I think he can actually operate as an attacking midfielder. So reportedly, he's versatile as this player, as it has confirmed. The Portugal press reported that Manchester United have been scouting the player, and reportedly we've showed a strong interest in the player, because this is his debut season for Benfica. Obviously, in the first team, because he made his debut in the first team, last year. So this is his first, this is his debut season in the first team. Reportedly, his performances are very, very good. Obviously, he's yet to make his Portugal senior debut as well as the player. As I said, because he's only 19 years of age, so he's very, very young in his prime. Reportedly, he has got good physical attributes, and reportedly this player can score goals. But reportedly, it will cost a lot of money to lure him away from Benfica, because I think he's got around 105 million release clause reportedly as this player. But reportedly it says Liverpool and City and Liverpool, City and Barcelona, I think, have been interested in the player, as it did confirm. Reportedly, they've been interested in him. Reportedly, it said Liverpool had a £61 million bid turned down for the player as well. But he's only 19, as I did say, he's very, very young in his prime. He's very, very young in his prime, as I said, and he risen up the youth system, with Benfica, did this player. I think he recently was in the youth system with Porto as well for a good 6 years, was the player as well. But he's called Felix, as I currently said. Reportedly, his performances for Benfica have been very, very impressive indeed. He's got 105 million release clause, as it did currently confirm, because he recently, signed a new deal with Benfica, as we all know. But reportedly, Manchester United have showed an interest in the player. Man United have scouted the player reportedly. So reportedly, we have reportedly, showed an interest in this player reportedly. As well, I think potentially Solskjaer is keen on this player as well. He's called, I can't pronounce his first name, but he's called Felix, and reportedly a few teams have been interested in him, reportedly. But regarding it, said Liverpool had a £61 million bid turned down. It's unlikely Liverpool are anywhere going to make any signings in this January transfer window, as Jurgen Klopp's confirmed, because they've invested quite a bit of money in the last couple of seasons. They addressed the defensive deficiencies with the signing of Virgil van Dijk, so they've dramatically improved defensively, and they've got a good attacking trio with Salah, Mane, Firmino, and all that. So they have got a really, really good team. And obviously Liverpool are going for the league this season. They've never won the Premier League since it got founded in 92-93. They haven't won it all in all, including the All First Division since 28 years now. So that's potentially, nearly 3 decades, as we all know. But Klopp's had the experience of winning a couple of titles, when he used to manage Borussia Dortmund. Liverpool are still obviously the favourites, to win the league, because they are still top. But as I said, it could go either way. It's going to be either Liverpool's or Manchester City's. As we all know, they're the only 2 teams going for the league. Tottenham are still in there with a shout, but to be quite honest with you, I think Tottenham will filter away, because obviously now they've got Harry Kane out through injury till March, which is a bad miss for them. And obviously, it's unlikely Tottenham are going to be spending as well in this January window, because they've only spent £50 million since 2014. So their transfer policy has been very, very bad since 2014. So the transfer policy has been bad, now for 5 seasons as Tottenham. But it says, Manchester City have also expressed their interest in this Felix as well. Manchester City have spent a hell of a lot of money under Guardiola. They've spent £530 million, as I currently said, so they've spent a lot of money. I can't see Manchester City making any sense in this January window, to be quite honest with you as well. And it's Chelsea that are doing the business in this January transfer window. Let's be honest, they've had a good January transfer window so far of Chelsea. And this is what I'm saying. That's what we need to do. My club, Man United, Solskjaer's trustworthy. The club should give Solskjaer the money, as we all currently know, and he should get the money. So the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer spend on players he wants to bring in to the club. As we all know, even though he did say it was unlikely we're going to make any signings, this is what obviously Solskjaer had confirmed. But we know the players obviously were linked with the likes of Koulibaly. Obviously, Koulibaly would be a great signing for us, as we all know. We're heavily linked with him. We've been linked with him, for a while now, as we all know. He's still got a contract on up until 2023, and he's been there a number of years, and he's unhappy now. He feels very, very unhappy with Napoli, because he's been there a number of years. The majority of it was due to the racial abuse, he suffered back, on Boxing Day last year, as we all know, Koulibaly. Obviously, we know it cost us in the excess of £100 million or more. We have got the financial power, to meet that valuation, as we all know, because we are a spending club that spends big on players, as we all know, as we've proven with Paul Pogba for £89 million, spent £400 million on the Mourinho, and spent a hell of a lot of money, all in all, since Alex Ferguson retired. So we will pay this for for the player that's going to dramatically improve our defensive line, because he would be a good leader in our defensive line, as we all know with Koulibaly. Obviously, Man United have been in negotiations. 3 bids have recently been turned down. The previous one was 95 million, but I just think the Napoli president and Napoli have confirmed they're not willing to do any business in this January transfer window. So we may probably, have to wait until the summer for Koulibaly, as we all know. But he is a very, very good player. He's one of the best players in the world in his current position. He does full at Napoli. And Napoli only paid, £7 million for him from Janko, as we all currently know. But he'd be a great leader in our back line if you put him alongside Lindelof, because Lindelof's, dramatically improved this season. As we all know, and I do like Eddie Militao as well. He's another player I do like, Eddie Militao. And reportedly, Liverpool have been interested in Eddie Militao reportedly as well. It's also too said that Real Madrid have been linked with Eddie Militao as well. But his performances for Porto this season reportedly been very, very impressive. He's got a 40-odd million release clause. His contract, he's got 4 years left on his deal. He's only been at Porto, of course, since last summer, because he risen up the ranks with Sao Paulo, as we all know. He's Brazilian, as we all know, very, very young in his prime, only 20 years of age. Versatility, very, very good, because he can play as a centre defensive mid. He can play as a centre defensive mid. I think he can play as a fullback and a central defender, so he can play in 3 different positions. So he's versatile. Is this player, but I think he's predominantly a right back. Is Eddie Militao. To be quite honest, do you think he'd complement our defensive line, fantastically well? Because I do think Phil Jones and Chris Smalling as well will be going next season, in my opinion. But yeah, Eddie Militao seems quite a good player. Got a lot of years ahead of him to grow and develop more. But yeah, we've been linked with him, as we all know. So we are linked, with quite a few players, as we all know. As I did mention, with this Felix, as we all know, if you pronounce his name, 19 years of old, looks a good standout player. Benfica player, 19, has 105 million release clause, reportedly, so that, it would cost a lot of money to lure him away from Benfica. But as I said, this is his debut season as in the first team, because he made his debut. He only got into the first team last year. Did this. Felix, as we all know. But reportedly, Liverpool recently had the £61 million bid turned down for the player, as it did report. But as I did say, we've been linked with other players. We know that, we've been keeping tracks on Toby Alderweireld. We have been linked with Toby Alderweireld, as we all know. We know we've also been linked with Milan Skriniar. That looks unlikely now, as Inter Milan are trying to get him a new deal. We've got 3 years left on his current deal with Inter Milan. Is Milan Skriniar. Very, very good player, 23 years of age, as I said. Still got a lot of years ahead of him to grow and develop, as we all know, Milan Skriniar. But as I did say, he's a good player. Is Milan Skriniar, as we all know. His performances for Inter Milan have reportedly, being very, very impressive since he's been there. He's Slovakian, as we all know, and he can play as a defensive mid, and he can play as a centre back as well, can Milan Skriniar, as we all know. But we have obviously been linked with him. I think the Inter Milan boss has confirmed that no one can afford him. He's rated at around £75 million, is Milan Skriniar. As I said, but he's obviously 23, Koulibaly's 27. Koulibaly's obviously more experienced. Obviously, Milan Skriniar is nowhere near on the same levels as the likes of Koulibaly, but obviously Milan Skriniar is 4 years younger than Koulibaly, as we all currently know. But we definitely need a strong central defender, as we all currently know. So we'll just have to see what happens. We'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, the big breaking news about this video is about Paul Pogba. He's willing to sign a new contract with Manchester United. He's preparing to have a negotiation with Man United about getting a new contract at the club. He's currently got 2 years left. 2 years left on his current one. He's currently on a salary of around £290,000 a week. But reportedly, Paul Pogba's making it clear that if he does sign this new deal and he comes to an agreement with Man United, he will demand a wage increase, and he'll want somewhere along the lines of what currently Sanchez is receiving, Paul Pogba, as we all know. But he's obviously committing his long-term future now at Manchester United. He's Paul Pogba. Obviously now we've got Solskjaer in. He's playing very, very well. He's getting the freedom to express himself. He's Paul Pogba. So this is really, really good news. We've got good news that I think Martial's agreed a deal, or he's on the brink of agreeing a 5-year deal as well, which is good news to hear, as we all know. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. If you do consider subscribe, as always. Probably now I will be back tomorrow with some more live videos. Take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.